Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa. You can usually find me at the Squishable Store at Water Tower Place in downtown Chicago. But today I'm here to show you how to make a crochet crown for your favorite mini Squishable. I chose to make the crown for the Lunar Lion. This is one of my favorite Squishables, and the yellow in the crown also complements the yellow in the design pretty nicely. This is only going to be a tutorial for the mini crown, but if you have a big collection of Squishables like I do, and say you want to turn your Bigfoot into the king of the cryptids, you can go to squishable.com/ACTY and you can download the written instructions that I've put together for both sizes of the crochet crown. Regardless of the size that you want to make, you only need 3 things in order to make a crochet crown. One is some worsted weight yarn in either gold or yellow. This is Red Heart Super Savory yarn. Other brands are available. You need a crochet hook. This is a 4mm hook or a G size. And at the very end of your project, you're going to need a yarn needle. This is just to weave in any loose ends from the beginning and the end of the project. Now that I've shown you your materials, let's get started. If you've never done crochet before, I'm going to break this down step by step from Slipknot to bobble stitch about how to complete this project. If you are familiar with crochet, chances are you're going to want to skip forward to go from one step to the next step. To get started, you want to create a slip knot. We're going to start by holding the tail end of your yarn in your left hand, and then you're going to use the ball end of the yarn, wrap it around the forefinger on your left hand and then behind. And I like to create a little pretzel shape so you know exactly where you're at. Then you're going to take the yarn from behind the loop and pull it through, tightening with the tail end of the yarn. This is your slip knot. Next, you take your crochet hook, put it inside the loop, and then tighten by pulling on the ball end of the yarn. Getting the tension right on your loops takes a lot of practice, so don't worry if you end up having to take out and put back together your first sets of chain stitches. Now to get started with the chain stitch, you need to make 42 of them. And to do a chain stitch, you've got your loop on the crochet hook. You take this ball end of the yarn, wrap it over the top of the crochet hook, and then pull it through the loop. And that's 1 crochet stitch. Then again, you're taking the ball end of the yarn, wrapping it around the crochet hook, and then pulling it through. And that's 2. We need 42 of these all together. (40, 41, 42). You have your foundation chain, and now you need to connect your end to the beginning of the chain. You want to be really careful and not twist the foundation chain. Just make it into a nice loop, and when you get to the first chain, you're going to take your crochet hook, you're going to weave through, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. So you're just going to yarn over, you're going to pull through that first chain, and then pull through the loop on your hook. Next, you're going to make single crochets around your foundation chain. So first what I like to do is just chain 1, and then in the same stitch, you're going to single crochet. So first you insert your crochet hook into that chain. Again, yarn over, and then pull the hook through the chain. You've got 2 loops now on your crochet hook. You yarn over again and then pull them through, and that's a single crochet. So again, in the next chain, you're going to insert your crochet hook, then yarn over, pull the crochet hook through the chain, so you have 2 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over again, and then pull through both loops. And so this you're going to repeat around the entire foundation chain. Now, once you get to the end of your row and you finish that last single crochet, you're going to slip stitch again into the first single crochet of that row. So again, yarn over, pull through both loops, and then the loop on your hook. The next row is going to be a little more complicated. You're going to be using a mix of half double crochets and bobble stitches to create dimension around the row. But the first step is very simple. You're just going to chain 2. 1, 2. And this is actually going to act as your first half double crochet, so you can ignore that stitch that you slipped into and created the chain 2. We're going to be working on this stitch next. So what you want to do, again, you're going to be wrapping the yarn around your hook. Then you're going to insert the hook into the stitch. You're going to yarn over again, pull the yarn through the stitch. You've got 3 loops on your hook at this point. Yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops. Now we're going to get started with your bobble. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook. Insert into the crochet stitch, yarn over, pull the stitch through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again and pull through 2 of the loops. So you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through the stitch. You've got 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops, and then you have 4 loops left on your hook. We're going to do this one more time. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull the loop through. You've got 6 on your hook, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, and this time pull through all 5 loops. This is your bobble, which creates the really cool texture around the base of the crown. Now we're going to work with half double crochets again. So again, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 3 loops. And again, yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 3 loops. And now the bobble again. You're going to yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. And you've got 2 on your hook. Yarn over again, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops, and you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, insert into the stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And you'll notice that the fibers of the yarn are splitting. Just be mindful that you're going through all the fibers of the yarn as you're pulling up loops. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull through the same stitch, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through all 5. And there's your next bobble. So you're going to be repeating this 2 half double crochets and 1 bobble stitch around the entire length of your crown. As you finish your last bobble stitch, you're going to want to connect it to that first chain 2 with a slip stitch. So I am actually going to wiggle my hook through both loops on the chain, yarn over, pull through the loops on the chain, pull through the loop on my hook. Now I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to do a single crochet into that same chain 2 space, and now I'm going to do a single crochet around the rest of the crown. So again, insert into this stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now again, once you've finished that last single crochet, you're just going to go into the first crochet and join it with a slip stitch. Now is the fun part. We're going to start making the points of the crown. So first, you're going to yarn over. Now counting that first stitch that you did a slip stitch into, we're going to count 1, 2. So we're skipping 2 stitches, and then we're going to insert our hook into that 3rd stitch. Then we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull up 2 loops, yarn over again, pull through the remaining 2 loops. That's your first double crochet. We're going to do this again 2 more times. So again, yarn over, insert into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. Once more. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull up a loop after yarning over, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. So here is the side of your point. Now we're going to create the point of the point with some chain stitches. So chain 1, 2, 3, and then on that first chain, we're going to insert the crochet hook, yarn over, and then do a slip stitch. So through the chain, through the hook, through the loop on your hook. And now we're going to do 3 more double crochets in that same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And that is your first point. And I like it because it sits not exactly on top, but pretty close to on top of that bobble stitch. To secure your point, you're going to skip another 2 stitches. So this is the stitch we worked in. So we're skipping 1, 2, and then we're going to insert the crochet hook into the 3rd stitch, yarning over, and then pulling through the stitch, pulling through the loop on your hook. Now we're going to repeat the same process over again. So yarning over, skipping 2 stitches, inserting the hook in the 3rd, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull up 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. And we'll do that again twice more. Now we've got 3 double crochets in the same stitch, and again we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to insert the hook into that first chain, yarn over, and then pull up through that loop, and then pull up through the loop on your hook. And again, 3 more double crochets. Okay, and again, you're going to skip 1, 2 stitches and insert your hook into the 3rd. Drop a loop that also goes through the loop on your hook, so you're slip stitching. And that's 2 points. And so you're going to repeat that series of steps around the rest of your crown. Now once you've finished your last double crochet, again, you're going to skip 2 stitches and then slip stitch in the last stitch of the round. Now, what I like to do at this point is just to make the loop really big, and then I cut the remaining yarn from the ball and then just pull that tail through to knot it in place. So now you're going to take your yarn needle, and then we're just going to weave in these ends. And this is just a way to finish off your pieces and hide those ends so it can look a lot cleaner. So I'm just looking for anywhere around the back where I can kind of slide this tail. And working on the back of the stitches is better, obviously, so if this happens to come loose, you don't suddenly have a loose tail at the front of your piece. All right, once you feel like you've got that secure, let's get your scissors again and trim pretty close to the yarn. And then we're going to repeat that with the tail at the beginning of your piece. And that's it. Once you've finished weaving in the ends, you're ready to crown your favorite Squishable as king or queen of the house. If you have any questions, just feel free to put them in the comments of this video. I'm going to be checking pretty regularly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.